Countdown clock on the overlay. Test scrolling fast, can't read a thing. Got my day ones, got some new names. All riding in on this pixel wave. Scene switch quick, that raid just hit. Hype train glow with the stickers lit. I say, yo, fam, this our year. You spam those emotes, fill the screen and hit. Rocking in the new year on Steve's very own. Every fall like a firework blow. From the VODs to the live shows, oh, we're loud, we're here, we're here. Rocking in the new year on Steve's very own. From the lunch walk to the chat full blown. If you're in this stream, you're never alone. We're loud, we're loud, we're here, we're home. Take that shot when the timer drops. Hit go live and the beat just pops. Got bad jokes and my best friends, turning quiet nights into wild weekends. Pull up chairs in a digital room, turn that late night scroll to a full-on boom. I say 3, 2, 1, let's ride. You flood the screen, all caps in the sky. Rocking in the new year on Steve's very own. Every fall like a firework blow. From the VODs to the live shows, oh, we're loud, we're here, we're home. Rocking in the new year on Steve's very own. From the lurch one to the chat full blown. If you're in this stream, you're never alone. We're loud, we're here, we're home. Type it out, let me see those hands in the chat all across the lands. From the small screens glow to the massive dreams, we're building this brick by brick as a team. New year, same crew, new place to own. New clips, new bits, new inside jokes. Turn it up till the neighbors know. Steve's very own, let the whole world know. Rocking in the new year on Steve's very own. Every follow like a firework blown. From the VODs to the live shows, oh, we're loud, we're here, we're home. Rocking in the new year on Steve's very own. From the lunch one to the chat full blown. If you're in this stream, you're never alone. We're loud, we're here, we're home. 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 Click on the stream, light the spark. Steve's very own, tearing through the dark. Boom, my fingers on the keys. Old school rhythm, bend in the breeze. Building his world one clip at a time. Pixel by pixel, climbing the climb. No map, no guide, just the screen's glow. Steve very own and the show.
Hello!
Hey chat, you there? Hey chat, who cares? Steve's very own. Breaking the code. He's got the fire. Riding the load. Steve's very own.
right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you are having a good day. It is beautiful here in Chicagoland. So beautiful. And I was out mowing the lawn. First mow of the year. And I am tired. Was trying out a new trimmer. Well, new to me. It's a trimmer that we had bought my father-in-law for Father's Day last year, and he really didn't get to use it. Um, he had passed away a few weeks back, and his wife, says, "If you want any of the tools, go ahead. You get first choice." And the trimmer I have a decent Black and Decker, but the battery, I guess I need a new battery pack. Always says that it won't charge and it's flashing like. And I think the thing is, it got a crack in it. The one I have from my father-in-law is a Milwaukee, and they got pretty good tools. And this is a specific now. This is a part of the group of Milwaukee tools that you could use the same battery pack on different tools. And then on this trimmer, you have to get different. You can get different head parts for it, like a edger and stuff like that. It is as tall as I am.
Steve, someone has joined the chat on YouTube.
Welcome to
To my life. Hello, Total OS. I need Tux to cut your grass. Yeah, get one of them goats. Or those emus or whatever. Get one of those gnu's. And they'll chomp up your lawn for you. How you doing, Carmine? I hope you are doing well. The Milwaukee is a little bit awkward. It's heavier, of course, at the battery part, the power source. So I don't know. I got to play around with the handle to see if I put it right. It's about a foot longer than the Black and Decker that I have. Yeah, buy some goats and shovel some shit. Might as well. And we're shoveling a lot of shit these days, aren't we? You know, shoveling a lot. Um, but I got to get used to it. It's a pretty powerful trimmer, and setting up the line is a lot easier than the Black and Decker. The Black and Decker, I got to take the spool out and carefully wind it up. This one, you cut about 3 arms lengths, put it through the holes, line things up, then turn it, and it'll bring the cords in, and then as you need it, you bump it. So I got to get used to that, but it's pretty powerful, pretty powerful on that. It's a shame my father-in-law really didn't get a chance to use it. And then the lawnmower started on the third pull. I don't do anything special. I don't winterize it. I don't drain out the gas. Whatever in there is in there. But it turns out I didn't have any gas in my container, just enough to get it started. So then I had to run to the gas station. But I'm tired. I'm not, I don't have a huge piece of property, but it does take me a while to mow the lawn, especially these days with my back.
Steve, someone has joined the chat on Twitch.
Donnie, good evening. Oh my gosh, Donnie, you are just too kind. Too kind. I'm doing okay. I'm just tired. I'm just saying, I just got done mowing our lawn, the first mow of the year. We've had a lot of rain, so I wasn't going to get around it yet. And I had fertilized this week, so one of these years I'll talk my wife into getting a service. She goes, why do we get a service when I have you? Well, back to your cordless lawnmower. Take care. Yeah, take care, you environmentalist. It's raining by you, Donnie? Yeah. They talk about rain every time it gets warm. So it's almost 80 today. Let's see, what is it? Centigrade. It is 23 here. It shows rain, but it sprinkled on me a couple times when I was out there, but the lawn's done, so it can rain now. So I'm on a little bit later than I was hoping to get on because I was working on the lawn. And then I had to eat, so I didn't have any lunch. And then might not be a long stream today. 23 is actually, yeah, because it's about 78 or so here today. It's showing 68 Fahrenheit, but I think it's warmer than that. What I should say, let's see. 74 out Fahrenheit. So yeah, so 23 is about 74. So 7 outside. So you're what in about the about 45 or so Fahrenheit. But now I'm all tired. I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. Just we're streaming on Linux again. I think I'm going to start putting together. I'm going to attempt to put together some videos for YouTube. Start getting back into that. I won't get back into a lot of Linuxy stuff, but I'll get back into how I set things up on OBS and Windows and Linux. Amazing timing for the stream. Actually, just had a kebab and I'm absolutely stuffed. Oh, that sounds good. I thought about a kebab yesterday. We went to visit my mother-in-law to see how she was doing and to see if she needed any help with anything. And we brought her home some dinner. And in the Chicago area, we have a barbecue restaurant called the Patio, and it's pretty good. But I had a taste. They had a ribeye steak sandwich, so I had that. But I looked at the kebabs. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. But I usually make I'll either do like pork kebabs, or I'll do kind of like souvlaki, Greek souvlaki pork. It's much better when it's out on the grill. So now that the weather's nice, I can start grilling again. But for lunch, I just had some chicken salad that I had made the other day and finished that up. Chicken salad on top of spicy Dorito nachos. You may ask a question. Feel free. And no, I am not often late for dinner. Random's good. Is there a show I'm watching at the minute? Actually, I am finishing up. I've been binging on the Battlestar Galactica remake from 2004 with Edward James Olmos and Katie Sackhoff and a bunch. And I just got 2 episodes to go, and I'm done. And then, my wife and I just got done watching Bookish, a 6-episode season with Mark Gatiss. And Battlestar Galactica is good. Bookish is good. I mean, I enjoy it. My wife and I like the quirky kind of detective shows. And England, the UK has quite a few of them. Like we watch Professor T. That's a little bit, quirky and that, but it's good. So Bookish, I guess, depends on your mindset. It doesn't. I don't care. I think the quirky is the only shows you make. Yeah. Mark Gatiss, he was responsible for a lot of the more modern Doctor Who, along with Moffat. And he went on to do Sherlock, where he was Sherlock's brother Mycroft, and he's been in a lot of stuff. Been in a lot of uh, Marvel stuff too. So Bookish, he plays a bookshop owner, post-war England, about 1946, and he's gay, and he's in a lavender marriage. His wife is Trotty, to kind of hide in that. It's not overtly and all that. I believe Gatus he is gay. I'm not sure. I don't care. It adds to the quirkiness and kind of dealing with that in those days where they just kind of like locked you up in that. So and Gatus is he's really clever, and it's kind of Sherlock-ish and all that. He carries with him a special letter that he received from Winston Churchill that allows him to do things. I don't know what that's all about, but it was just the first season, 6 episodes. Each there's 2 parts to each episode. There's like 3 parts. It's a new show. It just came out, I believe, last year or early this year. But I enjoyed it. It's sad that it's short enough, but you know what I really like? My wife and I were talking last night that a lot of the shows, say out of the UK or even in Europe, in fact, because we watched it was French based, but it was in English. It might have been made somewhat in England. What was that called? Marit or something like that. But like the 6 to 8, maybe 10 at the most episodes, and I think that works out really well for TV shows. Here in the States for years, and even now, they used to have 26 episodes a season. And some of the shows gone on for a number of years, and then after a while, it's like they either rehash the same thing or it's really hard to write. And with the shorter seasons, you can at least, I think, get better writing in there. You might not have the ability to, what's the word I want to use? Going blank here. Not develop, maybe develop the character. But yeah, we like Bookish in that. And so my wife and I are thinking about what to watch next, and I think I want to introduce her to Hinterland, because what cable? It's one of those cable streaming networks that has a lot of free movies, but they got commercials in them, and the commercials aren't too bad. It's not Tubi. God, I forget, but this is the like the British version, and has a lot of British shows in it, or English shows, or shows from the UK. And Hinterland, I remember watching that a number of years ago, and I really enjoyed it. Mom likes documentary shows. She's in the Clarkson Farms. It's boring, but I pretend to like it. Good son. But yeah, so for me, I just, like I said, my wife wouldn't watch Battlestar Galactica. She's not into it. I think she watched maybe a half an episode with me or so the other day. But I forgot how many episodes I had missed when it was on, because Sci-Fi Channel kept changing the days that it was airing. So, let's see. What else? I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that's out there. I really liked Department Q that was on Netflix late last year, and I think they're going to do a Department Q too. In fact, I liked Department Q so much that I started downloading the audiobooks from that author and learning about more about Karl Marx. So if I asked you to name your top best five best shows you watched, what is it? Um, I don't watch a lot of U.S. network shows, so it's pretty much like what we. My wife either brings home from the library the DVD set, or if we sign up for a service for the month, because we don't keep a lot, we don't sign up for a lot of services. So I would have to say my top five in the past year would be, and not in any particular order, but I'll now Professor T, Department Q, Patience, which is a one season, but they just got done filming two and they're on three. Patience is about a girl with autism that works in the police records department that has the deduction capabilities and all that. But it's pretty good. It's not for laughs and all that. So Professor T, Q, Patience. I'm gonna have to add Bookish into there right now, and what would be number five? Got to remember we watched so much stuff that I forget what we watched. Oh, I gotta say Dark Winds on Paramount. Takes place in the 70s on a Navajo Indian reservation. Um, so in the last year, those are top five, and then I can add. I like the Tulsa King on Paramount, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, Star Trek Discovery, all-time favorite Luthor. I didn't really watch Game of Thrones. I saw several episodes. I got into it for a little bit and then kind of stopped watching it. Breaking Bad, never watched Breaking Bad. My sister-in-law, you guys got to watch it. And I don't know why. We just have never gotten into Breaking Bad. But yeah, I thought Dark Winds was pretty good. So I'm up for season 4, where they actually go to Los Angeles in the 70s. And God, now Yellowstone's didn't. I started kind of watching it, but didn't get into it. Um, um, God, now you're stirring my memory. Um, but I'm also going blank at the same time. Um, uh, we like Night Agent, but then also like Night Manager with Hiddleston. And then I mean, a lot, and most of mine tend to be that UK European detective kind of, Hinterland, Shetland, Sherlock, the Sherlock Holmes series, the Hercule Poirot series. Um, Happy Valley. Happy Valley is not a nice one. It's a wacky one. Or not wacky, but it's really dark. No, it's okay. I can name a lot. Like I my wife and I barely watch um, our own network. We barely watch anything off of ABC, NBC, or CBS. I don't like a lot of American sitcom.
Someone has joined the chat on YouTube.
Cody.
Hey, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
what's up, Cody? Uh-oh. Not working? I just fixed all that. What the? Hold on, Cody. Hold on. I may have. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think I might have. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. I didn't enable it. Ow! So here you go. I had disabled it on the stream Saturday because it wasn't working right. And then I owe you another one. I gotta find some new that there's a couple of like the green screen scenes that are a little bit different, so I can't zero in on them because I use a thing in StreamerBot to multi-stream them, so they're not individual um clips. I'm doing well. I was telling Donnie earlier that I had mowed the lawn today and ran the trimmer, and I'm tired. I'm like, oh my god, maybe I really do feel like taking a nap, but I gotta pick my son up from the gym, and then we gotta go get our haircuts. I hope you're doing well. Just getting out of work or getting ready to get out of work? And how's that working out for you? Are you watching on your iPad setup you have in your truck? Be careful, okay? But yeah, Donnie, I don't watch a lot of US shows anymore. Most of them just suck. That's on our networks. It's still numb. They said, the doctor said it could take about a year, but nothing's coming back. And of course, my son, when I finally get on, decides, hold on. I know it's exciting to watch me do this. Okay. Told him I'd be for a few minutes. You listen like a podcast and use voice to type? There you go. Okay. Okay. No, it's still, and that was holding the trimmer in that. I don't know. I don't have a lot of hope because I took so long to do something about it. I didn't realize it was that bad. But well, couldn't you do like say exclamation and then FART? Are we in the family of sports? No, I used to be a big baseball fan. Um, but I really, quite a few years ago, I just got fed up with the whole sport thing. The amount of money that some of them make, or, you know, especially in baseball. And then the team that I liked, Chicago Cubs, always kept losing. And then finally, when I went cold turkey and stopped watching baseball altogether, 2 years later, they went to the World Series. And I'll do quotes World Series. Oh, we'll add a space. I wonder if I add a command, add an extra command in there to take care of that for you, Cody. My son doesn't get into sports at all, but he is in the martial arts. He's got his fourth degree black belt, and my wife, she never really cared. For my wife, her sports is politics. Oh yeah, I played. I played in a couple of leagues, not like little leagues, and then as kids, we played a lot of sports throughout the year. Baseball would be wherever we can find a wall or a field or something like that. If you've ever have had the chance to see the movie The Sandlot, which takes place in the 60s or so. Um, I need to make a setup where you chat for the first time and it farts. I can work on that. I can work on that. And we play like touch football and street hockey and softball and all that. We had fun as kids. And yeah, I was always in the sports, mostly baseball. And just as I grew up, though, I just, you know, guys getting into it. Now, I don't know how you are with your sports. I know over in the UK, especially in Europe, soccer is like the thing and all that. Um, but I couldn't. I just stopped like really being interested. Maybe a good part is because my son wasn't into anything. He didn't want to get anything. We thought he was going to get into soccer, but he got into martial arts, and he's been in martial arts for 24 years now. About 24 years. In fact, they got a tournament coming up this Saturday. Not that it's anything super, but for them it's important. And now he's a fourth degree black belt, so he's got to do judging. No, thank you, Donnie. He does he does pretty good. I mean, he's on the spectrum, and he understands it really well and all that. Some of his stuff isn't really quiff, but I don't want to be on the back end of his spinning back kick. No way. In fact, he put his foot through the wall at the school. Of course, that happens quite often in that.
Steve, someone has joined the chat on Twitch.
Welcome, traveler.
Hello, Tony. How are you, my friend? We're doing well here. We got some nice weather. Although I dropped, it was like in the 40s here the last 2 days, and then today it's in the it's in the mid 70s. You're tech stressed? I understand that. I totally get that. But yeah, I mean, not much has happened. Sunday was a good stream. I think Donnie was there. Tony stopped in. Had a couple of bigger streamers stop in. Finite Singularity and DJ 506. That was nice. Phone, smartwatch, and Linux issues. There you go.
No, there's no such thing as Linux issues, Tony. What's wrong with you?
Oh, Donnie, I appreciate that. I try. See, I worked on a new action. Where is it? No such thing as weird questions unless you're talking about Kodi and Windows 11. Tony must have upset at someone upstairs. So let's see if I put this together all right. What makes a sport a sport? That's a good question. Like chess or billiards, for example, a sport. I think when they start doing announcers and that with those things, they kind of fall into the sporting category. You know, guys will like it as long as they think it's a sport. Oh, I definitely show, contact chess or ooh, contact billiards. That hurts. Here, I worked on this one over the weekend. Let's see if it comes out.
Wait.
It's my cyber zap. But hold on a second. I have to. Gonna make some haircut appointments for my son and I. And then unfortunately, I'm gonna have to kind of end the stream.
Steve, someone has joined the chat on Twitch.
Hey, welcome
Hey,
back.
JJ.
Certainly glad you could join us today.
Yeah, things didn't work out well today. I was working on the lawn, and then I realized I had to go out and get gasoline and or petrol. I had to go out and get petrol. Okay, I got my haircut set up. Yeah, I'll probably stay on for about 10 minutes more, and then I'm going to have to go. Your leader, your glorious leader? Who would you be talking about? Not me, I know that. Okay. Haircut set up. Isn't it exciting? You guys get to watch me make appointments online. How's that? Can that be any more exciting? You love the music? Yeah, I'm into like a lot of 80s new wave or the British invasion. Better than watching Clarkson's Farm. Oh. I've not seen that, so I don't know. But so yeah, the robot zap is I want to do something a little more with it. But I got to where it will say different phrases when it zaps me. So I have it zap me, and then there's a plugin called the freeze filter that will freeze your camera for so many seconds or whatever. So that way I'm looking like, if I do it right, I look like I'm in pain, and then it phases me out. And then I think the different phrases I have for the robot is resistance is futile, exterminate, 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 delete, delete, delete. Gee, I wonder where I got those from. Um, just be quiet and go away, human. I'm trying to think of different stuff to go with that. So those are fun to make. I have to redo some of mine where I show up in the background. I'm using a new background remover plugin that doesn't affect the system. That's with the outline. That's not 100%, but let's see. I have to turn on. Gotta turn on a background. Yes, you will be assimilated. Yeah, so I have a bunch of different phrases that'll come up. Hopefully that you guys can hear them when they do come up. And then I was fixing this one. Where I'm stuck in old TV land. For some reason, like I got so over here and over here behind me are the closet doors, but then if I go in the middle, there's a between the two doors, there's a wall, and the background remover picks that up. But it should be sounding like an old TV. And hopefully there wasn't a lot of buzz to that. The future is now. The human race is redundant. Oh, I'll have to put that one in there. Should grab, since I've been watching Battlestar Galactica, I should, I'm not a fracking toaster. Get rid of the human race. That's okay. We don't need robots to do that. We're gonna do that on our own. Jeepers creepers. Battlestar Galactica. If you like sci-fi, I mean, it can be a little bit dark. It does kind of have they made like a religious overtone, but it's not like one true God. It's like the 13 colonies, came to Earth years later, and that's where we actually came from. But then there's the 13 colonies, and they have multiple gods. So, it's like, instead of saying for God's sake, it's for God's sake. So they have multiple gods and all that, but it does have a bit of a religious overtone, but it's actually done really well. So, and the special effects from 2004 on sci-fi TV hold up really well. Probably the ones that don't hold up super well are certain scenes with the Cylons when they get destroyed. Oops, what's this button for? Time to say goodbye. Tony's, see, you're with it today, Tony, even though you got problems. No, Tony's not a streamer. He's just an old fart. He's older than I am. No, Tony's an old time friend. I met Tony a long time ago. Not personally, but in our Linux community. And we've been chatting for a long time. And he's one of the few, like Cody. Cody was in our, Cody's a younger man, but, he's been in our Linux community. Big Daddy Linux, yeah. And Tony, did you know that he's not back streaming or that, but he's back in the chat? Rocco has been back, but he's under the name of Texaco. But he did join the UK version of the Linux Saloon. They did one, I think, back in February, and he was on that in the afternoon. So, he remember, he started the European version of Big Daddy Linux, and then he with the Linux Saloon.
Someone has joined the chat on YouTube.
Welcome to my stream.
Kvam, welcome. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. But yeah, Tony used to be on jump on Big Daddy Linux, and we talk about a new distribution, and Tony, it's installed. even before we got done with the stream. So that's nice. Some of my older friends are showing up. A lot of new ones because I don't deal with a lot of Linuxy stuff anymore outside of streaming. They're like, eh. But Tony's been a big supporter for a long time. Tony, Cody, Cubicle Nate when he shows up still. And then I got new friends like you guys. Donnie and JJ. And now is that Kavam? I hope you're doing well. Unfortunately, I am going to have to end it, though. I have to go get my son. I started a little bit later today. I was doing lawn work, and it took much longer than I expected because I'm old and tired these days. The pronunciation is on point. Thank you. But I'm glad you can stop by and say hi. But the weather here is beautiful, so I am unfortunately going to have to end it. Go get my son. Be his Uber. Always fun joining your stream, legend. You're too kind, Donnie. Thank you. Excited for your next GeoGuessr. That'll be Thursday. Maybe I might throw some in tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what I want to talk about tomorrow. But yeah, so I am unfortunately going to have to jump off. I started later again. I started later today, but I got to take care of things around the house, right? Oh,
So what I try to do is
Just bask in their lack of on-chip glory and enjoy the
Fantastic plastics. Coming on in.
oh. Cody timed that good once, right when I was signing off. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to have to say goodbye. Computer, time to say goodbye. All right, Donnie, Cody.
Thank you all for stopping by.
Let's see if it's Tony, JJ, Kavam. Total was today. That's right. He was here before. He went out to use his electric lawnmower. Environmentalist, I'll tell you. That old gas-guzzling boomer like me, I'll tell you. But anyway, thanks for the joining me on the short stream today. Sorry I can't be on a little bit longer, but we'll be on tomorrow. I am not sure about the time. I'm going to try to shoot for the afternoon. About this time, earlier than this time, you know, so around the world, come visit me. But everybody enjoy their day. Take care. And I will see you in 24 hours or less. Yeah, that sound good? Okay. Bye now.